Monday evening. I am of course your new voice of evenings on BBC Essex, and on Mondays we take a little bit of a look behind the scenes of the music industry here in Essex, and we've had a little chat with Maximo from Clacton this evening. Maximo sings, he's played us some songs, but now I'm joined by Hornchurch's very own, in fact, Harry and the Chicks. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello. And you're from Hornchurch, Harry and the Chicks. You're a new wave artist, and it says on your website you're bringing cheeky, space-inspired pop to the forefront of modern music. Your dream is to be awarded the Stephen Hawking Science Communication Award for writing scientific pop music. I mean, that's big dreams, Harry. Big dreams. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Let's dive right into this, okay? Space-inspired music. Tell me what you mean by that. Tell me what you mean.
Okay, so I've got a lot of songs that will come out later on that are inspired by science and space. I just find it really interesting.
I love this. I mean, I like that you've actually given it a name as well. Like, I like space-inspired pop. I think that sounds cool. And actually, it's kind of cool to like science, isn't it? And that sort of thing. So I'm repping this, okay? Because I think not only is this epic music, but it's also slightly educational as well. I'm not going to lie. Now tell us, sort of going back. How old are you actually?
22.
You're 22, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. What was the first thing that you ever wrote?
Okay. The first song I ever wrote was a song called Christopher's Bay. It was about a riot on a beach. I was 12.
You were writing about riots on the beach at 12. I mean, I was playing the Spice Girls at 12. Okay, tell me about this song. How did you write it? Did you write things down? Did you play an instrument?
So I had a guitar teacher, and she taught me how to play bar chords, and I became like the bar chord queen.
Excellent.
And it was like some massive rock song.
I love it. For those who might not know what a bar chord is.
Like a chord on a guitar where you place your finger down. I don't know how to explain that, Nicole.
I know that's hard.
Pass that to Nicole.
I know you've got. So Nicole is also here, and she's your good. What part do you play, Nicole?
I've been joining Harry for the past year and a bit now, helping her out with guitar. We play gigs together. Sometimes we're joined by some others, but usually it's Harry and me, and I'll back up her with some extra guitar, which really fills out the sound.
Some more bar chords going on?
A bit of bar chords, bit of more adding some melodic features in the music.
I love that. I love it. It's like a girl power in this room, because you've also got, is it Christina?
Patrina.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
I've got a friend called Christina. Shout out to Christina if she's listening. Patrina. I'm ever so sorry.
Yes,
and what part are you playing here tonight?
So I do the BSL interpretation for Harry's songs. So
Amazing.
I've been learning her songs quite slowly, I would say, but I've been learning them over the past about 2 years or so, I reckon.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I sign at her gigs.
Amazing. I love that you've thought about that as well. I really love that you've thought about that, because it's a very kind of conscious, thought to have, that you will have people who come to watch you who will need someone to sign the words to your songs for you, and I really love that. So living in Hornchurch then, how do you get the opportunity to perform a lot in Hornchurch, or are you on the road, as they say?
Well, I wouldn't call it on the road as such. I like playing in London and Essex, so Hornchurch is like the place to be, because there's like 4 stations near me.
You're the epicentre of travel in Essex.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be. So tell us about some of the gigs that you play. Whereabouts in Essex do you like to play?
So I've done a few gigs in Chelmsford. In 2018 I won the Undiscovered Live Music Project solo artist. That was in the Cramphorn Theatre in Chelmsford.
Amazing, congratulations.
Thank you.
So
that's where I met Nicole.
And that's where you met? Oh, very nice. And so were you both competing in that?
We were competing, but she was as a band.
Okay.
So not against each other.
Yeah, I understand. So you became fast friends and have been, playing together. And do you write songs together?
Not yet.
We've tried. One day.
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
I like that. Now, a broad question, okay? If there's one thing that you want your fans to remember you for, what would it be?
Oh my god. What a question.
You talk about
Fancy,
your space-inspired music. I feel like you're a very kind of conscious thinker in terms of the message that you're sending out. What is the one thing that you would want fans to remember you for?
A longevity and a legacy, a bit like David Bowie. Oh, that's a big thing to say.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Hey, listen. You've got to say your dreams out loud. Put them into the universe. I'm here for that. So, how long have you been performing for? Would you say you were singing out of the womb?
Yeah, I mean, properly performing since I was about 12.
Mhm.
That's when I started writing and performing properly. So,
And what was it like when you first started writing? Was it consciously, I'm going to write a song now, or did you journal and sort of songs came to you?
I think I always journaled, and I always liked singing like pop music.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think it was a more of a conscious thing to write my first song.
Right, okay. Oh, interesting. And what about you, Nicole? How long have you been playing for?
Wow. I've been playing guitar since I was about 8, but I really fell in love with gigging when I was about 14. I picked up an electric guitar and realised, I'm going to be in bands. And I've, properly started gigging about 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you're 3 years in, and do you see this is it for you for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I kind of hope for something a bit more sustainable, but I know that this is the only way for me.
Yeah. So what do you do in your daytimes? Are you picking up any jobs just to kind of pay for what goes on in the singing world, both of you?
Well, I've been a full-time musician for years, basically for about 3 years now, but I just picked up a retail job in Romford.
Excellent.
Come see me in Debenhams.
Oh, amazing. Get that discount, girl. Get that discount. Hey, listen, I worked in Topshop. I worked as a sales assistant in a gym. I actually worked in some sort of tax office as well for some time. Back when I was a professional vocalist, and it's what you got to do, isn't it? You've got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Pay for those guitar strings when they break, and keep pushing the dream. Now I've got one of your tracks here that I'm going to play, and you are going to perform live for us a little bit later on as well. Now I think this is a track that is this the first time this is being played out? It's a new track, right?
This is brand new. It's just been mastered.
I love it.
I'm a bit scared.
Are you scared? Don't be scared. It's only BBC Essex, Harry. It's very exciting. Okay, well, let's have a little listen to this one. This is Harry and the Chicks. It's called Colour Me In, and it's live here on BBC Essex. Next year, they've got a date in London at the Printworks on 21st of March, if you are a fan. But let's get back to Essex, shall we? We're talking to Essex-based musicians. I've got Harry and the Chicks in the house. Now, I know that we're going to hear a little bit of what you do live a little bit later on. But first, let's have a little bit of a chat about how you write your songs, okay? Because I find this fascinating. I mean, I can chat for England, but I wouldn't know where to start with writing a song. How do you even begin?
It's varied, I would say. Mostly I do it on piano now.
Okay.
So I used to do it on guitar all the time. I sometimes come up with a tune first, sometimes the words.
Mhm.
I tend to find that better songs probably come from the tune first.
Really? Why do you think? Why do you think that is?
I just think like you're trying to force tune around a lyric sometimes. Like it just goes into a weird direction.
Yeah, and that kind of makes sense. Like if you've got a bit of a tune in your head and then that kind of makes you feel something, do you know what a song is going to be about when you're when you get that melody or that tune? Do you know what the song is going to be about, or do you whack a life experience on top of it?
I think it depends, to be honest. I mean, I think my best songs come from when I actually get the lyric and the melody at the same time.
Is that rare then?
I think so, for
Yeah.
me anyway.
Is it? So once in a while that might happen. How many songs would you say you've written?
Probably at least 1,000.
Really? 1,000
Doesn't mean they're all
songs.
brilliant.
But you've got some crackers in there. If you weren't a musician, what do you think you'd be doing instead?
That's a really good question. I think if I had I've had this goal since I was 3 years old, and so I don't know. I think I would have like studied harder in science or something,
Yeah.
but I just sort of gave up at A level.
A real science buff.
I just
love
started
that.
writing songs in science instead. So.
Really? You started writing songs about science?
Yeah, I
in
did.
Science.
I'm going to play one in a minute that I wrote in biology.
No way! Oh, that's great. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. I mean, I hope your teachers are tuned in. Well, it worked out, didn't it? It all worked out. Patrina, let's have a little chat with you because I know that you do the sign-in for Harry and the Chicks for when you play, but you do loads of other things as well, don't you? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so obviously I work in a college at the moment, Barking and
Right.
Dagenham, as a communicator. With
Big
the
up the
student
Barking and Dagenham, massive. Love it.
I also do some LSA work for Havering College, and I also do some escape room acting work as well, so which I'm currently doing in Brentwood at the moment.
Oh,
so
wow.
House of Horror, they've got the escape room still open till the 22nd. So
Really?
get down there, guys.
I love an escape room. Have you girls, Harry, Nicole, have you done an escape room before?
Never.
What?
Yeah, I have.
I want to though.
Oh my god, you need to do it. They are so much fun. I mean, you could try and write a song in an escape room. Because that's kind of what an escape room is to me anyway. It's difficult, basically. It's difficult.
If it was to write a song, I think I'd get out, but I don't think I would have.
I like it. So how do you sign for any other bands or musicians? How did you get into doing this with Harry?
So, me and Harry have been best mates for a good couple of years now.
Yeah.
And I started learning sign language about 3 years ago.
Right. And why did you do that?
Basically because my cousin, she's hearing impaired, and I never thought to learn it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start learning it.
Yeah.
And also because I love music, and my aim is to sort of be on download, like festival stage, signing.
Yes, Patrina.
That's like the big goals, to be signing for like loads of bands and stuff. So
That would be
yeah,
so
definitely
great.
the passion is there for the signing of music.
That's insane.
definitely.
And do you know what? I mean, I wouldn't even know how you would get into that. You know?
Yeah, I
Do
guess
you
it's connections, and like just I suppose like Harry was suggesting earlier, just popping up to different bands and maybe just learning their songs in sign and seeing if I can get in that way.
Can you imagine? I love that. Just like, you know, turning up to like a Panic at the Disco gig and be like, hey, I know your song's in sign, do you want me to stand on stage and do it? They wouldn't say no, would they, surely? Well, I hope they wouldn't. So you don't particularly have an exact formula for how you write your music, do you? But you're saying that, you know, it's mainly on the piano now. So how many instruments do you play?
Guitar, piano.
Guitar and piano.
Kind of uke, kind of bass.
And come on, you could add tambourine to that. Everyone can play a tambourine, can't they? The triangle, the maracas. You could add a few onto that list, Harry. You're underselling yourself. You really are. Has anything ever happened to you? I know that you gig a lot. You've been, you know, professionally doing this now for 3 years. Has anything happened to you whilst you were singing live? You know, anything sort of horrible that's happened, or anything scary or funny, or any stories from your time on stage that that you can tell us?
So when I was judging Undiscovered this year,
Right.
and a band came on, and they were called Centerline. They're split up now, but I am now in their function band, and it turned out that Mason is my step cousin once removed, and we found that out on the night we had just met.
No way! Oh my god, music bringing families together since before time began. I love that. I love that. I've got a funny story for you. So I used to sing in the care homes across Essex. I used to go in and do, you know, a mixture of songs, you know, White Cliffs of Dover. I used to do a bit of the Andrews Sister. Oh yeah, I used to love it. Yeah, going into the care homes, doing, you know, an hour of singing for them. But there was a home that I used to visit in Canvey, and I used to go there every Wednesday. I knew everyone really well. It was really lovely. I'd turn up. They'd bring all the residents into the lounge where I performed, and there was this one resident called Vera, right? One resident called Vera. Every time she was escorted into the room, really loudly, she'd go, "Oh, here we go again. Oh, here we go." And she'd sit there for the whole thing and cover her ears. She really would. It was awful. Sometimes you have to go through things as a singer.
Yeah.
Are you prepared for this, Harry?
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't done more of that.
I'm gonna send you to that Canvey care home and see if it might have just been me. It might have just been me. What is one place in the world that you would love to perform?
Japan.
Japan. Why so?
I've been trying to learn Japanese for years, but music keeps taking over and taking all my money.
Oh
so
my goodness. Do you know what?
I know little bits.
I've had loads of people on this evening who are learning languages, and I'm repping that because I think, yeah, why not? We should be. Japanese is hard to learn, isn't it?
Yeah. I like the alphabet. I think it's easier to learn than European languages just because the alphabet's different. I'm not going to say anything.
Can you do the
Do
alphabet
not ask
for
me.
us?
No.
Just ABC.
Oh,
There you go. Nicole's done it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Harry.
Hell yeah.
What did that? Say that one more time for us.
私は Nicolaです. That's hi, I'm Nicole. But I did a bit more of Mandarin Chinese at a young age, but obviously Japan is great for the music industry, so it's good to know something.
It's good to know, like, give me a record deal in Japanese.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
yet
know
to
that.
learn that one.
Listen, Harry, you need to learn that one ASAP.
Yeah,
ASAP.
I will sort it out.
Then you're going to play a song for us, aren't you? It's one that you wrote in biology,
Hell
in
yeah.
science, a couple of years ago. Katrina's, you're going to sign it for us as well, aren't you, I think?
A little bit.
A little bit.
She's learning it.
Yeah, she's
I
she's
sprung
gonna
it on
dabble.
her.
She's gonna dabble. Well, listen, take it away, Harry and the Chicks on BBC Essex.
This is called Sucrose Solution.
go down.